Hi everybody. I'm gonna give a really quick tour of my garden and some animals that we have. Just a quick kind of intro of what we're doing this summer. This is June 2020 right now, and I'm gonna start right outside. This is the road to our house. We have a forest right across from us. We have some houses down the road. It's a house like nested within the forest, kind of like agricultural zone. So this is the beginning of our place here. And we had a lot of trees right here that we had to take out because of a solar panel installation on the house. You can see the solar panels on the house right there. The solar system is working out great. Gives us a lot of energy during the summer and warm seasons with a lot of light. Our bill is usually negative, although in the winter it's quite expensive, but it offsets it. So we do got a lot of trees here, and here we're going to be planting a lot of fruit trees and more gardening here. It just takes a little time to clear out. So this is our road here, and this is wood chips. Wood chips are really useful for the garden. We got these for free from a tree removal company. I just saw them doing some tree work, stopped and asked if we could get some. I was willing to pay some, but they just said they'll dump it for free. That was really nice. And here, something new that we're doing this year, tomatoes. These are our trellis tomatoes. First time we're trying something like this. It's doing great so far. We have different kinds, all heirlooms. And right now, we can see that they're really coming to growing right now. They're really starting to grow and soon gonna be ripening. Lots of different kind of tomatoes in here. Some are green, some are white. A lot of them are red, dark red, different kinds. Really looking forward to this year. Lots of birds in the background. We have lots of birds here, particularly robins. Lots of robins living right in a tree right there. You can see right there a tree. We have a nest there. We had actually a fledgling fell off a tree recently, but he was kind of old enough. We helped him out a little bit. And the parents, the mommy was there to take care of him. So hopefully he's still okay. Haven't seen him in a while, but hopefully. So tomatoes here. All kinds of tomatoes, small and big. Kind of can see stuff in there a little bit. There's the tiny ones. Gonna have a bunch. So tomatoes right here. Then we got some blueberry bushes over here. We planted them in the ground finally this year. We had a lot of stuff in containers over winter in the garage, and we're trying to plant out as much as we can this year. This is mustard greens. We're doing great. Now it's starting to go to seed. It's bolting now, but we can still use it for cooking. Still good. Some lettuce over here. Some chives are growing up slowly but surely. This part over here is our asparagus. He's about 2 years old now and he's doing great. Sorry for switching the camera, but trying to get this big guy in here. And some of them we're letting go to grow. Some of them we're trying to pick more on time. Like you see right there, that's ready to be picked. It's coming up every week almost. New sprouts are coming up. It's doing great. It's really yummy. We're really glad that we did this, that we planted asparagus. And we've seen some videos of people pulling asparagus roots. They get really pretty massive actually. So it's great. This is an apricot tree that still needs a place, needs a home. We're planning to plant that probably during the fall now. This beautiful plant, we picked a lot of it last week, but it grows back really fast. This is comfrey, and comfrey is an amazing plant for animal food. It's medicinal as well, mostly for animal uses, but it's great for the garden if you make comfrey tea out of it. It's great nutrients, and the root can go down up to about 12 feet down into the ground. So it barely needs any water. It grows very vibrantly, and the flowers, let me get close up. The flowers are awesome. Bumblebees are always around these things. They love them. So really good attractor for pollinators. We just netted these. These are our peaches we planted in the ground this spring, and there's going to be a bunch of fruit on it. They're quite young. hopefully it works out okay. So let's see, over here we got some raspberries. This is spring onions, still need to go in the ground. Then we got some raspberries here, and there's a bunch of tomatoes that we still need to plant out, just takes a little time. These are peppers. We're doing well with peppers. Really beautiful peppers, actually. If you can see that, really nice ones. Beautiful peppers growing up. We love cooking with peppers, all kinds of things. These are more tomatoes, tomato trellises. And we have 2 of these right now. We planted a lot of tomatoes, more than we could actually handle. More than 100 plants probably overall. We're probably gonna do a succession planting, at least for one of the trellises, once these go all the way up to the top of this and no longer produce fruit. Hopefully in the middle of the summer we'll be able to put some newer ones in that we are growing right now, starting to grow right now. So here's some more peaches right here, peach tree. Quite small, but a lot of fruit on it, and pretty amazing. These are some onions over here. They're growing well. We're gonna be picking them in the fall. And there's some garlics over there from last year that came up. We actually weren't sure they were ever gonna come out. It was an experiment, but they did. So that's looking good. Some strawberries that kind of just seeded themselves here. We had strawberries in a raised bed before, but we didn't do it this year. They just wildly spread around, and we'll let them. Now a few poor strawberries over here, still coming back from winter. This is an experiment here, a hugelkultur bed. This is basically a bunch of wood logs buried underneath compost, and that over time breaks down, provides nutrients for the plants. And we're trying radish in here, semi-successful. A lot of it is bolted now. Some we were able to pick and pretty yummy, but so-so in terms of success rate. And we're also trying to do some peas in there. So we'll see how that goes. This fennel is kind of just randomly seeded itself there. We're letting it grow. That's pretty nice. There's more comfrey right there, you can see. Really awesome plant. The animals really love it. This is the first time trying to grow peanuts. And we do have to net things because our peanuts, we had beans also somewhere around here, but they got eaten probably by the bunny. We have a resident bunny that comes around. Every morning and evening he's around eating clovers, but I think he's been in the garden too. So we're trying to protect a little bit here. We'll see how that goes as well. So here we got some more tomatoes. Some of them are planted. Ran out of supports, using sticks now. Works out okay. But you can see lots of tomatoes. This is going to be our main harvest this year, and we love tomatoes, so looking forward to that a lot. Here you go. Okay. This is a goji berry. It bared fruit last year. It might need more nutrients this year, but hopefully it'll bear fruit as well. We have a kiwi, hardy kiwi in here, and it's this guy that's growing up. And there's also a grapevine in here, somewhere hiding right here, grapevine. So here we are back looking up. We planted some winter squash. Back in that area where we try to clear out the logs. It takes a while to clear up all the logs, so we take our time with it, but hopefully by fall it'll be clear enough that we can plant our fruit trees there. Speaking of the fruit trees, so we got all of these guys over here. We have cherries, we have plums, we have apples as well that still need to be planted out. Some of we got planted out in the backyard. It's kind of hard to get to now, overgrown, but it's been growing there for about 2 years now. Haven't beared fruit yet, but here there's a lot of fruit already starting to appear. Like these are plums. We're trying to protect them a little bit from the birds. We have robins and catbirds. Catbirds are the main thing that pick our fruit from the trees. Robins are more on the ground, but the catbirds really go for it. Some more peppers over here. More raspberry that's overgrown. We had this whole bed full of raspberries last year, but we decided to take it out, and these just wildly overgrew, and that's fine to spread around, so we kind of leaving them here. These are potatoes. So this year we could not buy any small seed potatoes from the stores at all. So what we end up doing is planting store-bought potatoes, and it's working out all right. We have a few more that we want to plant out, and hopefully we're gonna get some good harvest from that. This is was a used to be well, used to be our mint bed. Used to have a lot of mint in there. We at some point we tried to take it out because it would spread everywhere. Tried to replant it in places, didn't quite work out. The containers are doing so-so, but right now it's a mixed mint and beans. We planted some beans in there, kind of like a mixed with everything, including clovers as well. This is doing really nice. Our lettuce bed is really yummy lettuce. I think it's Centellina lettuce and some other one in the back. Really good ones. We love this fresh salad greens. We share it with neighbors because we can't eat so much. Works out well so far. Probably will be bolting soon. We have to replant a new batch soon. There's beans over there spreading out. This is not doing too well, but this bed is affected by our rain coming from the roof right here, so it might be one of the causes. We're probably gonna take this one out completely and put some solar panels here. So we have some kale that's being eaten by slugs most likely. We're leaving it there for now, and some onions. The onions are doing okay, so we'll wait for those. These are garlics from last year and doing great. Gonna be ready to put picking soon. Looking forward to that. And spinach we tried this year in the spring. The spring was very short, went from very, very cold to very hot fast. Right now it's more stable, but when we planted these, it basically, the weather was too extreme and they bolted right away. We're letting it bolt right now and go to seed to see if we can collect some seed for next time we plant, which is gonna be in the fall. Should be better then. This is our little herb garden here. Mostly cilantro with some other random things in between. That I just kind of threw the seeds in to see what happens. Oregano widely spread around. We used to have oregano here last year. Now it's just kind of spread around and we're letting it be there and pick from it. It's great. Great in pastas, great in salads. Well, some salads. Yeah, we like that. Then let's see. We have a cherry tree here that's almost ready, but the birds I keep picking at it, so we're trying to protect it with clean pantyhose. Kind of works, but it falls off, so it's not a full solution really. They need cover, they need protection cover better. Maybe once they're planted we'll be able to figure that out. For now, yeah, there's a cherry ripening right there. There's more cherry trees here too. This tree is pretty cool. It's a papa tree. It's going to be a full-size grown tree. A lot of these are dwarf trees, but this one's going to be a full-sized one. And papas are native to New England. Amazing fruit, lots of nutrients. I've never actually tried it, but listened to a lot of videos, watched a lot of videos on it. The only thing is it's not commercially viable because the fruit goes bad within a few days after picking it. So it really has to be like sold locally and eaten locally for it to make sense. And there's islands that people almost live off of it all the time. They make stews out of it, they make pies out of it, they make soups out of it. Just really awesome fruit. So we're looking forward to that. We had 4 in the beginning. One died last year. Second one is dying this year. Not sure why. Trying to figure it out, but so far it's just sad. There is a little hope. There's a little bit of a sprout down there. Maybe we'll be able to kind of replant that if the whole thing dies. But this one is doing well. So at least we have this one. Yeah, this is the third one that's not doing so great either, unfortunately. We'll have to figure out what exactly it doesn't like. We have some raspberries plants we plant here, over here, some more. So kind of backing up a little bit. This is our front yard garden. This is our house right there. All right, now turning around. Okay, some playground for the kids, which they use sometimes. Trampoline that you use sometimes as well. Then we've got, this is an experiment that we started last year with wheat, growing wheat. And we're probably not going to do this again, but this was an experiment to see how it does. This was a hard white wheat and a soft white wheat. The hard one came back okay. It was really tall before winter, and then it died down during winter, and now it came back all right. And it's actually, you can see the heads forming on it right now. There we go. So we'll see how much we can get out of it and just how it goes. Whatever we don't eat, the animals will gladly eat. We have chickens and goats and bunnies, so they'll enjoy that. The soft one really didn't want to come back after winter, so we had to replant it anew, and it's really short right now. We'll see how it all goes. More tomatoes, because we ran out of room on the trellis beds, and I just planted them as an experiment alongside the fence with sticks for support. And they're doing all right, actually. They're doing pretty well, better than we expected. And let me see if I can get some actual tomatoes in. Here we go. Some tomatoes here, some more over here, all kinds of tomatoes. A lot of green tomatoes this year. Actually, they ripen in a green color. Should be very beautiful, and they're great for canning. I love canned tomatoes, kind of like pickled tomatoes. Really good. Look at these beautiful guys. They're gonna ripen very soon. We try to protect them somewhat, when I have a little time, but yeah, we'll see what happens. This area used to be all green and grassy for the chickens. Last year was semi-grassy, but once we let them out permanently into this enclosure and kind of didn't close it up, they completely destroyed it. So now we're struggling to try to replant the grass or any kind of seed. I've thrown beet seeds in there, thrown wheat seeds in there, any kind of thing. But the chickens some of them tend to fly out and go dig around. So that kind of defeats the purpose of the fence, so we're trying to redo the fence as well. There is an option of clipping their wings. I have not done that yet, thinking about it, not sure. This structure is meant to be for more bunny cages. We have not gotten around to finishing this yet, but maybe at some point. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. There's always a lot of work with animals and gardening to be done. Never, never stops kind of thing, but it's nice. So here are bunnies. The bunnies are high. Oh no, there's Thumper. Hi, Thumper. Not quite hiding. Let's say hello. There's two bunnies in here. One likes to hide a lot. This is Thumper. He's okay. We have a third bunny who's insider bunny. He's a very nice, like huge guy, white, pure white. They didn't get along very well. They're all boys. We were hoping for a girl, but they all turned out to be boys. And he's has a huge cage all to himself in the garage with 2 stories high, and he comes into the house as well. He's just kind of like a pet bunny now. So here's a rooster. One of them likes to get out all the time. We have 3 roosters right now, and I don't recommend having that at any point. 1 rooster is more than enough. Hello. But we ended up, we bought unsexed chickens from a store, and basically like 8 out of 10 of them ended up being males. And it was kind of hard to figure that out, what to do with that. So this guy we kept, and we have 2 other ones right here. Here's a big guy. This guy's name is Rocky. He's the main rooster. Rocky doesn't get along with the white rooster. So that's why the white rooster tends to come out and just kind of go around. He can come in when he wants to. He knows how. This is another rooster. This guy is a Don Quixote, donkey, I call him. He gets along with Rocky very well. They're like buddies. He's an Americana, actually. Americana kind of rooster. And Americanas, we have a hen right here. She's an Americana as well. Hi, Fluffy. She lays green eggs. So Americanas are known for colored eggs, and so are Easter eggers. And we have a few Easter eggers. They are in the back somewhere right now. They can lay any kind of eggs, color eggs. Right now, ours lay basically green and bluish eggs. There are chickens, Australorps. The black ones are Australorps. Really great breed, very friendly, easy to handle. Just they are both egg birds and meat birds at the same time, dual purpose birds. Very nice birds. We got a bunch of them this year. We can reproduce our own chickens as well when we need to. We have some that like to go broody. Right now we have too many chickens. We have about 17 chickens total or so, with the 3 roosters included. The backs, you can see a bear. That's an unfortunate outcome of having too many roosters. So the roosters are heavy and their claws are kind of tough. That happens. Thankfully, we don't have any injuries. We haven't had injuries since last year when we had a huge rooster. He's no longer with us anymore, but this is a problem. Just has to deal with just the amount of roosters, basically. if we have a chance to give one away, to somebody, we will. Right now, we don't really want to get rid of them. Otherwise, we have a bunch of chicken meat already stored up in the freezer from other chickens from last year. So we only do that when we really need to, or when it gets like problematic for some reason, like really problematic. So that's the chickens. Yeah, the grass, would love to regrow some grass, try and figure out ways of doing it. Need a little more time to try to redo the fencing. The fencing doesn't work too well. All right, so the backyard is full of tree logs, and that came from our property where we had to cut down the solar panels. A neighbor helped us out to move them with a tractor because it was a very painful and long process of moving them with the cart. So we got a lot of wood for winter. We're willing to share with neighbors if they need it. We do need to find a way to process it better and store it better. It's heavy, but it's a good resource, so can't complain about it. Then we got our goats and our dogs in here. The dogs are hiding, I believe. We have Great Pyrenees. Piper, Stallone, want to say hi? Want to come say hi? Dear Stallone boy, hi. Hi, Stallone. Say hello. Hello. Look at that. Oh, Stallone, good boy. Hi. Hi, little guy. Hi, big guy. Not little guy, big guy. There's Piper, his sister. We got them together, and we got them together with the goats. This is two girls, Mama and a baby. Baby's the white and black one. Mama has the brown spots. And we got them from a breeder who breeds Great Pyrenees together with the goats. And the Great Pyrenees are protection dogs, basically. They're specifically for that, and they love winter. They have a double coat. They get really warm during the summer, so it's a little problematic. You can see how much fur comes out from one brushing session this morning. that all came out, basically. It's kind of like having sheep almost. But the winter they love. They absolutely love snow. Okay, and they don't come out without the leash right now because we just have so much gardening. They destroy it, and they're still getting used to. They're barely over a year old. They're getting used to our property still, but they love coming out on walks, of course. Okay, and right here, more forest. There are neighbors back there. We have about 2 acres total of our land, including where the house is. But here it's still kind of work in progress in terms of gardening. This is a rhododendron plant, really beautiful. About 2 weeks ago, it was blooming. Very beautiful, big pink flowers. Right now, the bloom is over already. Unfortunately, can't show you that, but it's excellent. Although it is poisonous to the goats, so that's something we had to look up, and we cannot give those to the goats, even though they try to go for it sometimes when they come out once in a while. So here, kind of overgrew here. Need to clean up a little bit more. There's a lot of things growing back there, but over there we have 2 new hives of bees, and we got them this year. We had one last year. Unfortunately, it died over the winter. It's a common occurrence for some percentages of hives to die out during the winter months, at least around New England for sure. So this time we got 2 as a kind of just in case, and to get more honey, of course, as we're getting used to keeping the bees. There's a lot nuances involved in that, a lot to get used to. Each hive has its own personality. One hive is more friendly. The other one you really have to be cautious about. They don't like you coming in and disturbing anything. Okay, so let's go to the patio. Last place I'm gonna show you guys is the patio, where we have some other gardening stuff here. So this is an experiment with crockheat method, where you grow basically plants inside a hydro system, self-contained containers hydro system. You mostly don't have to even refill it, maybe once in a while. If it gets too full from the rain, we have to unfill it a little bit. But it's an experiment, work in progress here. This guy, yeah, we replanted him too late, so we'll see what happens with him. There's a really nice berry bush, sugar berry or something, not sure exactly what it was called, but we ate most of the actual berries, and there's still some ripening. It comes out to be dark blue and kind of sourish, but really yummy. So happy with this guy. He produced a lot already. This is kind of like random herbs. Right now it's mostly mugwort here. Here is some kind of a, there's chives over here. They have some chives over there that we pick from. This is mostly for the cats. They come out on here to kind of chew on things. So I keep it for the cats. Yeah, we have a Rose of Sharon. I've been trying to grow for like 3 years now. It keeps dying. This one's doing okay so far. I'm hoping it will survive so we can replant it in the ground. I really want it for the bees. It's an excellent plant for bees. Beautiful flowers. Yeah, the picture's already faded so you can't quite see, but we really want that to succeed at some point. This is another Rose of Sharon. So yeah, the two ones, we have two now to look forward to, hopefully. More peppers. We love peppers and they're doing great. Last year we had habaneros. This time we didn't do habaneros, but we're doing a bunch of kind of small kind of bell pepper variety. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but these like mostly dark ones, beautiful dark blue black ones, really yummy. We cooked some last night in the spaghetti sauce. Or was it? We cooked a bunch of herbs in spaghetti sauce. These guys we cooked with mushrooms. That was really good. Okay. Arugula, so-so. There's a lot of weeds in there. I don't do a great job at picking weeds. Don't like pulling plants off, but when I do, I give it to the animals. It just, takes a little time. Need to train my kids to do that for me better. Okay, this is an excellent experiment this year. First time we're doing it. It's doing great, actually. This is a hydro bed, an outdoor hydro bed, and it's literally full of water with some nutrients, and it's doing excellent. We don't even have any problem with pests in here. Nothing found it. Nothing knows what it is. And it has a lot of basil here, different kinds of basil. There's lemon basil in here, regular, all kinds. We have an experiment with the pea plant here. We got some lettuces, some kale that's actually doing really well compared to the one in the soil bed out there. So we're also gonna experiment with some cabbages in this similar method. There's a bunch of more plants we're gonna put out that's still kind of very, very small to come out. So there's gonna be more stuff coming out soon. And yeah, let's see. This is our main, the other part of our lettuce. So we had that big soil bed out there in the front yard, and these are the remaining lettuces that we pick from all the time, and they're doing great. They're still doing great, taste yummy, and we're just really happy with that. Well, and that's about it. That concludes our tour, very brief tour. Almost at 30 minutes here, but yeah, here's one more. Here's my St. John's wort. We planted him before winter. He survived all right. He actually died down almost completely. We kept him in the garage over winter, but he came back. We're really happy about that. We've collected a bunch of seed from him and want to replant that around. That's a very good medicinal plant. And the flowers are very beautiful. The bees love the flowers. So let me kind of turn this around and say hello. So yeah, this is our place in our garden, and hope you guys enjoyed seeing it. And yeah, maybe I'll post another update sometime if anyone's interested. So bye bye for now. Thank you.